What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Brick System Brothers. My name's Nathan Masters. I'm going to do another one of my early looks at the set images that have been released. I don't have the set. In fact, very few people do have the set because it goes on general release February 1st. So very soon, but the people that already have it actually have been sent the set by LEGO to review. And we're not in their partnership program, but I did want to take a look at the pictures. It's something we do here on Brick System Brothers for some of the larger sets that do get announced, although we do not do leaks. So this is the first time we've covered this on the channel. The Porsche, or Porsche, is set number 10295. It's part of the 18 plus line, but a lot of people are just going to keep calling this the, what was it called, Creator Expert Car Series. To be honest, it'll probably be referred to that for a long time just because it's so ingrained with the structure and kind of the level of detail that these sets have was part of that theme for so long that's just kind of rolled into the product now. And specifically it is the 911 model. So yeah, they actually did the 911 twice in Speed Champions. The first one lime green, and they actually made one with this exact color scheme for a 6 wide scale. So they haven't done the Speed Champions 8 wide scale for the Porsche, but now we have the large scale. This is either 1 to 10 or 1 to 11. As far as the scale goes, I don't remember specifically. Maybe it was even smaller than that. Some of them will say, I don't think this one says it, but this is a retail for $150, and it has 1,458 pieces. So that goes down to 10.3 cents a piece, which is good value. You know, that's where we want to see our price. This is also kind of absorbing the cost of developing 2 new elements for the model, which I will point out first thing. The largest kind of obvious one is here at the tail, where we have this curve that needs to be matched. If you're going to get a good representation of the source material, you want to do that with a special kind of sloped piece. They didn't have anything apparently close enough in the current line of pieces, and so they just made a new one. This is what's known as a triple bow, because if you start looking at the cross sections, there's actually 3 planes where there is a curve on the piece. So the obvious one is the longitudinal bow that follows the entire length of the part. The second most obvious one is kind of on the face here, where this matches some of our other bow pieces. And then the one that took me a while to figure out, you know, why is this called a triple bow and not just a double bow, is actually right here at the tip where it's got a rounded corner to kind of follow that tail light around. So this is an all new piece, as far as I know, specifically designed for this car. But as we know with LEGO pieces, they try to make those as versatile as possible to be used in the future. Even if that's for future applications of the large vehicle series, I imagine there are some cars that would benefit from using a piece like this. The other new mold, completely new for LEGO piece that we haven't seen before, is right here. This is a 5x5 quarter round piece, and it's very similar to some that already exist, but this one is completely smooth. So the kind of cross section here actually matches another piece that we have in a 1x2 form, and that's actually here in between. So there's 2 of these on each side for the fender. That means we get 4 of these new pieces in the set, and we also get 1 of the left and 1 of the right for the new triple bow element. As far as I can tell, this is maybe a 2x12 or a 2x10 as far as the size goes. It looks pretty long, and then it also steps up maybe 1 or 2 bricks, somewhere in between there, for the dimensions of that. So unless you're building something kind of large that does need to match a specific curve, this element's going to be a little too bulky for everyday use. But with LEGO and their recent push into the adult market with the 18 plus, you know, going back to the branding on these sets now, where these are designed with the adult market in mind, not even like a minority of the market will be adults. They're actually pushing for their main target audience of these sets to be people with more disposable income. tricky, right? So part of that push, I think, involves creating these new elements to just bring overall more authenticity to the model. I'm sure Porsche is very happy with that. And you know, I like to see new elements as long as we don't get overboard, where there's new pieces coming out left and right that don't really have a home anywhere else. This one, not quite past that line for me. I think this still has other applications that will come up in the future, probably in the next couple of lines of these large cars, whatever those may be. I think they're doing one of these a year. So the last one was the Mustang, or maybe that was 2 cars ago. But yeah, the Porsche 911, there's actually 2 alternate models in this build. So you have kind of 2 tracks that you can go with here. One of them is the hardtop, kind of the turbo, the sport model, and the other one is the convertible, more of a pedestrian, civilian, even though it's still a Porsche. So a lot of people, it's the only Porsche you can afford. So I've seen that on some comments around here. The other things I wanted to talk about, just in terms of the parts usage, see if I can find an interior shot here. We'll look at this. We've got some new dark orange. We've got a 1x3 tile in dark orange, and then that follows up around the seat. Some of these roof elements are either new or uncommon in dark orange, so kind of working that into the dash. Here you can see a really nice picture of our updated print for our 1x2 dash dial. So this is not exclusive as far as I know, but just rolled out this year. The interior details looking really nice. They got the shifter there and even an e-brake in the center. And then there's some trim built into the inside of the door panel. Right here, not the best shot of it, but the way that they've attached these mirrors, maybe we'll get a better look at it right here. This is using a new element as well, recently introduced in 2020. So far this was first seen in the Minions, kind of brick-built Minions lab, and it was there in yellow and blue, so now we have this piece in white. It's a 3x3, but it's not a continuous bow. It goes 1 stud in before it starts that curvature, and then stops again on the other side. So on each end there's kind of a square end of 1 stud, and then it's all in one piece, kind of bundled together, so it gives you that rigidity that you need to form this kind of structure using only 1 piece. And I believe there's some black ones used in the back here as well, right behind this 2x2 quarter round tile. And those are kind of the important parts usages that I wanted to mention. Those are the ones I've seen right away. The designer video that LEGO puts out on their YouTube channel covers a lot more of the background and the history of this set. So if you're interested in that, there's a lot of cool info there about, you know, who has been working on this design, how does something like this get made, and kind of the process behind all of that. Another thing to note that I'm sure a lot of people will be happy about is there are no stickers included. So everything that has a decoration in here is a print, and that just, you know, aids the construction. You're not having to kind of stop and put those stickers on. You're not worried about having to swap out stickers or pieces like that. And a lot of people just prefer prints to stickers. For the most part, I actually do prefer prints to stickers. I think that quality is usually higher. You can't always get stickers perfectly lined up. But the thing that stickers has going for it is they're more temporary. And so if you decide that you have a piece that's decorated and you don't want to have it decorated anymore, you can just take that sticker off. In fact, when you get stickers in a set, you can choose to put those stickers on something else, a custom model, anything entirely. Whereas a printed decoration is pretty much married to that piece forever unless you wipe it off, and then once it's gone, it's gone. So yes, printed and stickers both have their place in the LEGO world. A little bit of a derivative there. But overall, the value here is really good because you have these 2 alternate models you can build. Just reading through comments, I've already seen people who prefer one or the other, so definitely a good move by LEGO there to pursue that. Looking at including enough alternate pieces to kind of do justice to both of them. So it's not just as easy as taking off the roof panel. There's actually a different design for the back windshield on both vehicles. The spoiler is different, and even the rims are a different color. So there's silver rims for the convertible, the open top, and there's black rims for the sport model, the turbo. The level of detail is good here. I do not usually buy the formerly Creator Expert, now 18 plus vehicles. I probably will not buy the Porsche. Just to be honest, I have higher priorities in terms of buying Lego, especially if I'm going to be buying Lego at full retail. Most of the time I'm actually buying used Lego to save some money, but you know, every now and then there's sets that I just got to get new. I think I'm going to have to pick up the Ideas Blacksmith before this. If I get extra cash in the bank, I might try to do both. We'll see. Out of all the vehicles from the past 7 or 8 years, I think this is the one that tempts me the most. Just looking at kind of the overall color scheme with the trim on the inside in that dark orange, a really nice contrast with the exterior white and black. Looking at, you know, other colors that Lego could have done, there's some iconic Porsches out there that are different colors. The sport cars, you know, supposed to be flashy, supposed to catch the eye, so those bright colors, the reds, the yellows, maybe even looking into the purples and blues a little bit. But the other thing you have to keep in mind is the people that buy the entire line of these large-scale cars want to have a little variety in there. And so the Mustang was this dark blue, the Mini Cooper is dark green, what are some of the other ones? The VW Camper is red. So there's already quite a range of color. The Fiat 500, that was last year's model, was this cool yellow. So kind of coming back to a neutral color scheme for this car is a good move. Although if these people are also buying the Ghostbusters Ecto 1, which kind of has to be white because that is the base model, then we do have kind of 2 in a row there where both of the recent large-scale cars are white in color. What's actually preventing us from building this up in a different color right now is the inclusion of a brand new mold that's so far looks like it's only available in white. I think within a couple of years we'll see this in a couple more colors, and then people who do want to swap in a different color for the Porsche will be able to do that. Of course, if you want to go ahead and try to build this without the new element, it's Lego, so anything is possible. I just think having this specifically designed for the car means everything is kind of fitting towards that corner, so it might be difficult to do the same construction without kind of working your way back into the model to make other things work. Something they also talked about in the designer video. So that is the 10295 Porsche 911. Pretty sweet looking car, if I do say so myself. I think they've done a great job capturing the overall curves, the overall shape of the car. The bonus here just being kind of the alternate model that you could go for. It could be even a thing where you build up one of them, leave it put together for however long you want to display, and then go back and build the other one. You don't even have to, you know, choose one permanently unless you start Craigling things. I don't recommend. These things are designed to be put together to hold up. That has functioning steering. I think the engine components have, you know, functioning cylinders. It's usually something they include in these cars. Again, looking at the value, yes, it's 10 cents a piece. That's right at our average. Usually you want to see slightly below that if possible. But again, going back to the new elements here, 2 brand new elements designed for this car. They're large ones at that. And also the alternate model, just adding in another level of value for this specific set. I think it's worth it, even for full price. If you wait long enough, in some places you'll probably be able to find this on sale. But these days it seems like that's not guaranteed, so if you want to be sure to get this car, you might want to order sooner rather than later. Also check out something for the VIPs within the LEGO gift program. There's kind of this box set of extra stuff that comes with this car if you pre-order, which will be coming up for the LEGO VIPs. Did I say this was coming out February? Maybe it's coming out in March. Let me go to the news tab here. This is the brick set announcement that they put out. It will be, 16th of February is when it's available to the VIPs. So not the 1st. And then a general release on March 1st. But February 1st is when we are drawing the end of our 1,000 subscriber challenge. So we were just going to try to do 1,000 subs before that date, up to the end of the day, February 1st, and then we had 3 Lego sets to give away. If we don't reach that goal, we're still going to give away 2 of them. So if we're after the first here when you're watching this, go see the channel. We've got that video up. Otherwise, we are looking for that final push. There's about 50 subs to go as of recording, so we should be pretty close to 1,000 within these last couple days. And I also want to give a shout out to SpiderNoob999, kind of starting his channel, getting back into looking at Lego stuff like this. Pretty chill dude, just doing Lego YouTube. So check that out if that sounds cool to you. Thanks for watching Brick System Brothers, just looking at a new Lego set out within about a month here. And I think it's cool. Don't know if I'll get this one, but it's definitely going on the to be watched closely list. We'll see you guys later.